What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we are doing a defense tier list. What Marvel Rivals character is best on defense? Do you have to defend the objective? Stop them? Who should you pick? Who seems to be good on defense? Who seems to kind of be not the play on defense? Gather round and I'll tell you. So I'm going to start kind of up in the S tiers with Penny Parker, a natural born defender. When you think defense, you kind of think Penny. And I'm going to go ahead and lump the raccoon in that too. Being able to revive somebody that died. Defending is all about not dying and holding the line. Like maybe you want to get a couple of kills, but you really just want to not die and hold the line. So the S tier characters are going to be really good at not dying and holding the line. The lower ones are going to be the ones that are more likely to die kind of easily. Yes. Next up, defending. Loki's just a great defender. The invincibility totems, the ultimate. I'm going to put Luna Snow up here too. Just characters that are just really great at holding the line, keeping the team alive. I'll toss a Cloak and Dagger up there too. The Cloak and Dagger ult just keeps everybody alive. It's looking pretty good for the S tier, just the maximum defenders. Next up in the A tier, I'm going to put the Groot. I think Groot is just a great line holder. He's got the walls, he's got the health. Not a whole lot's getting past him. Same with the Namor turrets. You can kind of just set up turrets and wait for them to walk into it. Speaking of setting up turrets, Punisher can just be in his turret. I'm actually going to put Hawkeye and Hela up here in the S tier as well. These guys can kind of just sit back and kill you before you can get close to them. Doctor Strange in the A tier, mostly because he can just portal everybody back to point if they do die, which is very valuable on the defense. I feel like Squirrel Girl is kind of cracked on defense. Might be a hot take, might be a controversial opinion. But Squirrel Girl on the defense feels pretty nice. I'm going to put Emma Frost and Magneto up here too on the defense. Maybe even move Groot down a little bit. Just some great defenders. Next in the B tier are characters that are kind of like fine on defense. I'm going to put Adam Warlock mostly because of his revive. It's very nice. But most people kind of suck ass on Adam, so kind of gets around like he's fine. The fine tier. It's alright. I'll put Jeff in the B tier. He's fine. He'll keep his team alive. He's pretty hard to kill, but he doesn't have the same keep your team alive like the Loki, Luna, and Cloak have. Put the Invisible Woman. I'm actually going to put her up in the A tier. Just a great support all around. Do think she kind of gets outshined by these top dogs, but still a beast in her own right. Defense. I feel like the flying characters are fine on defense. The thing is, they're kind of all easy to kill, which makes them not the best at defending. But they can kind of hold the line pretty well and fly around, be evasive. That's looking... Oh, I'm going to put Winter Soldier, Mr. Fantastic, and Wolverine up here as well. It's just like fine at defending, you know, you don't really pick them for defense, but they'll do the job. Next up in the C tier, these are ones that like you don't super want to defend with. We're going to kind of put the flankinger tanks in here. You don't really want the up close and personal high risk, high reward tanks on defense. You kind of want the more like safer sit back and defend kind of, rather than the go in and ham bone. You're not really trying to go in on defense. You're trying to stay back, hold the line. Scarlet Witch is fine at this as well. She can kind of defend, but it's not great. So can Star-Lord. He can sort of defend. I'm going to put Black Widow up here too. She can kind of defend. And then Mantis is fine. I think Mantis is the worst support right now, so it's just kind of just like whatever. Next up in the D tier, these are all kind of like your flanks, the characters that are going in trying to get kills. They don't really work on defense too well, I've found. And then Moon Knight just sucks all around. He's bad no matter what. And yeah, I think this is kind of the defensive tier list. You're defending, you're holding the line, trying to not let them get the objective. These are the characters I see doing the best at kind of defending, holding the line. These ones, you know, usually kind of sucking on defense, it seems like. Yep, that's the tier list. A bit of a shorter one today. I could maybe move Mantis up a little bit. Yeah, that's the list. Hope you like it. Comment down below what you think. Are these your best defenders? Guardians, your Guardians of the Galaxy. They seem to just be doing really well on defense. I don't know. Comment down below what you think. Trying to push into this is often very difficult. But if you got a bunch of like flanks, you can kind of just bowl them over and take the objective. That's what I found. Seems like flanking's not really great on defense. It's more of like an offense position. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm smoking that Ultron pack and just have my mind warped and if I only see evil now. Who knows? Comment down below what you think. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. See you next time.